expert. I started my side hustle in 2010 and I went full-time in 2017. And so I've been full-time for, this is year 7, so it's in between 6 and 7 years. It's taught me a lot, right? A lot about messaging in the online space, a lot about using that messaging to attract paying clients who are aligned with my energy and ready to work. And when I mean aligned with my energy, I mean people who are, they don't have to be high energy like me, like I'm kind of high energy, but just align with people who really want to see change, people who really want a transformation, right? Like you guys, even from the examples of what you said you do, you know, the self-care coach, like you want to work with someone who is ready to start taking their self-care seriously. We all know that we need self-care, but that doesn't mean that we're all going to be serious about it and that we're all going to prioritize improving our self-care. Same thing with taxes in the financial situation. You want to work with people who are going to prioritize taking that money seriously and just making it a big deal and bringing it to the forefront in their life. And so that's what I mean when I say aligned with my energy. People who are ready, right? They're ready for change. They're ready for transformation. So when I was in, and I'll tell you this because it's not on here, but in 2010, I actually started as a VA. And so I did a lot of like virtual assisting things, graphic design, branding, website building, tech things. And that's how I got into teaching systems. And recently I've also started teaching sales, because if you have the systems piece without the sales knowledge, it doesn't work as well. So you make more money when you have both pieces, the system and the sales. So we're going to dig into that today. So before we start, just want to let you know, this is your time. You don't, I put turn off your phone, but listen, I know that how life works. You don't have to turn off your phone, but I do want you to close your tabs. If you have tabs open, listen, I know you have tabs open because we're entrepreneurs here, and all entrepreneurs have at least 10 tabs open on their computer. So this is your time. Minimize all of those tabs that are open in your brain and minimize all of those tabs that are open on your desktop and get rid of those distractions. I also suggest grabbing a pen and paper because you may want to take notes. Remember, this is live only. There is no replay. So you definitely want to take notes and maybe even write down some questions that you have along the way, and I can answer those questions at the end. So tell me in the chat, have you ever wanted a wait list of clients who are ready to pay and work with you? Who wants a wait list? I went through many launches where I just launched the thing, whatever it was, I just launched the thing and I had no wait list. And I like sat with crickets for a while before I got a sale, right? If I got a sale, because I have also had launches where I launched them and I didn't get a sale. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, sometimes it happens, right? It don't happen anymore, but it used to happen where I would launch something and people would just not, they would not buy, or it would be crickets for a long time. And that feeling to me is like really uncomfortable. I get anxiety. Is there anybody here who deals with anxiety? I get anxiety. I'm like, I don't like waiting for people to buy. Like that makes me real. And I need to avoid those situations at all costs. So if you've ever wanted a wait list of clients ready to work with you, the wait list gets rid of the anxiety, you guys. That is a system you can use to get rid of that. Or if you've ever wanted to rewind time and launch your program again, but this time with more sales. So who in here has a program that they've launched before, but you launched it and it was like, okay, no sales. Like, can I get a redo, please? Can I get a redo? Oh yes, I saw you, coach. You said crickets, it happened to me. Yeah, no sales. And everything's done, right? The program is put together. You've got a sales page, you talked about it, but you're like, I need a redo. We need to run this back one more time, right? So that sounds like you. So if it does sound like you, you're in the right place. Ride with me for a little bit here for the next 45 minutes. I got you. You want to be able to sell your programs and services without feeling like you're begging people to join or forcing them to join. Who in here is like that? you're like, I don't like talking about it so much that it just feels like I'm begging people to pay me. I don't like that either. And a lot of people think that that's what sales is. They think, and we have this in our heads because at some point in life, you've come across somebody who was a salesperson who had that attitude where they're like, I'm just going to keep driving it home, driving it home, driving it home, trying to sell this person something that they already told me they do not need. I'm going to keep doing it because that is my job as a salesperson. But it's not, right? But if you are not in the right mindset, right? Or if you're not using the right strategies, it feels like you're begging people to join. Uh, and I had a coach before that used to say, if you have to drag them to it, you will have to drag them through it. And it's 110% correct. You don't want to feel like you're begging people or forcing people to join, because if you are dragging them to enroll in your programs or purchase your online course, they're going to drag their feet all the way through because you drag them to it to begin with. So we don't want that either. We don't want that either. Let me know in the chat, is there anyone here who's ever tried to take self-study sales courses online? Like you bought a video bundle, or somebody told me like you gotta post more on social media if you want more sales. You like probably built a sales funnel or tried to build a sales funnel because it's kind of hard when you don't have any like help, right? But nothing's worked so far. We're gonna talk about that too. This is what should be happening, right? So these are the things that we're experiencing up here. We talk about those things. This is what you should be feeling. This is what should be happening. You show up on social media, you sell, you stay authentic to who you are. If you do calls, you only have calls with serious clients, and you actually enjoy working with people instead of being consumed with how much money's in your bank account. That's how it should be. And that's what we're here for today. That's what I'm going to walk you through today. Does anyone here do discovery calls? I had put that in there. Only have calls with serious clients. Does anyone do discovery calls? If you do, okay, if you don't, bless your heart. If you do them, you've probably had that experience where someone signed up for one and they didn't show up, or they signed up for one and it turned into like a therapy session, right? Or they signed up and it was a hot mess, like it was not what it was supposed to be, right? That happens. But these strategies will help you only get on calls with serious clients, right? Only with serious clients. So one thing I've noticed is that even if you have a great program with proven experience, you talk about it, it doesn't mean that people are going to enroll or become your client. So when I realized this, right? Because what happened was I saw on social media, there are other people who had programs that were just regular, nothing too special about them. They weren't bad, they weren't, amazing, but they were making a lot of money. And I'm like, well, I feel like my program is really good. Like, what's going on? And what I realized is that having the great program or having a great curriculum, having a lot of experience and talking about that isn't enough for people to enroll and become your client, right? It takes a little bit more than that. And that's when I went and developed my own framework for hitting sales goals that didn't feel forced, right? And so now I'm able to show up and attract clients who actually pay and are prepared to work. And I know you guys have seen that too in your respective industries. And not to trash anyone's program, I do not do that, right? But and that's why I said it's not necessarily that the program is bad or that the program is good, but let's just say maybe you have 10 years of experience doing whatever the thing is. And this person has 5 years of experience and they're making twice as much money as you as a coach. You start to wonder, like, what's going on? What am I not doing? It's not the program, right? It's not the program. And I had to say that because I don't want you guys to feel like, because it starts to feel like maybe my program's not good enough. Maybe I'm not good enough. right? You start to question a lot of things when you go through an experience like that, right? You start to doubt your skills. You're right. You start to doubt your skills. See that? So where do we start? Here's where we start. Let's go ahead and jump into this. This is where you're going to want to take notes and write down your questions so I can answer your questions at the end, right? Strategy 1. You want to use data to hone in on your messaging, okay? So using systems, tools, and content, being in tune with what your customers want versus what they say they want. So let me explain this. What people say they want is not always what they want. It sounds really crazy when we're talking about coaching, whether it's life, business, health, whatever industry you're in, finances. But think about this in personal life terms, okay? You ever met someone who's like, oh yeah, I want this, and then they go do something completely the opposite of what they said they wanted, and you're like, didn't you just say that you wanted this thing, and now you go and do this other thing over here? Like, what? Customers do that because sales in business is really just about like humans, right? It's about who we are as humans. It's the psychology of us. It's how we behave. That's why I call it like buyer's behavior, sales psychology, because who we are as humans also play a factor into who we are as buyers, who we are as consumers. And so people will say they want one thing, but then they go do something different. So when you use data to hone in on your messaging, what that's doing is it's going to help you start to sell more, because instead of making your decisions based off of what people are saying they want, you're making decisions off of what people are actually doing, right? I could put up a poll that says, hey, do you guys want a course on baking a cake, or do you want a course on baking cookies? And 90% of my audience can say, I want a course on baking cookies. But if I put up a cookie recipe and only 3 people save it, and I put up a cake recipe and 20 people save it, I'm going the cake route, because that's based off of actions, not what they said they wanted, which is cookies. But then when I start talking about cookies, where y'all at? You ever had that happen? You're like, this is what y'all said y'all wanted. I did a poll in my stories. I put up a post, y'all commented below. And now here it is. And it's like ghost town. It's ghost town. Where is everybody? Y'all been in my DMs asking me for advice about this topic. I come out with a course. You don't buy it. I tell you I got coaching sessions. We can cover this specific topic. And then you don't buy it. What's going on, right? So use your data to hone in on your messaging. Systems, tools, and content. So you want to look at your Instagram posts and look at things that are being saved. You want to look at posts that are being shared. Saved and shared. Those actions. Those are actions, right? Same thing with your email marketing. Is anyone in here using email marketing? Drop me a yes in the chat if you use email marketing. Yes, we got a yes, we got a yes, we got a yes. Okay, awesome. That's good. If you don't use it yet, it's totally fine. You can start today. You see how I slid that in there? You can start today. But if you're using it already, what it looks like with email marketing is you want to look at the emails that people are opening. You want to look at the emails where people are clicking, and you want to use that data and talk more about what they're clicking on versus what they're saying they want, right? Same example with the cookies and the cake. I send out an email that says, hey, these are my favorite cake tools that I use. Click the button below to go over to my website and see the list. They don't have to put in their email because they're already on your email list. But, you know, maybe 3 people click that with the cake. 50 people opened, but only 3 people clicked it. Then I send out an email that says, hey, here's my favorite cookie recipes. Click the button below to go over to my website and see my favorite cookie recipes. 50 people open it, 40 people click to actually go look at the cookie recipes, I'm gonna go the cookie route. So that's why email is so important. It's not email is important because I want to send out an email that says, hey, I launched this new course, I launched this new program. Email is important because it's another way for you to collect data on people's actions, right? So using that data to hone in on your messaging, that's strategy number one. Are y'all with me? With me? Awesome. So strategy number two is automated lead generation happening 24/7. When you are selling, whether you're in a launch period or you're not in a launch period, so let's say you launch something, you got some new clients, you're taking a break from selling because you're focused on working with your clients, right? Even when you are not in a launch period, or even when you haven't launched yet. So I know I saw someone say, I'm still doing market research. I'm still looking at my data. Maybe you haven't launched yet. Your lead generation needs to be automated and happening 24/7. That is meaning that you need to have a link in your bio that says, hey, join my email list. Even if you don't have a freebie yet, just put a, hey, join my email list. If you do have a freebie, then you're putting, hey, grab this free thing. That needs to be available all the time in your bio, somewhere in your bio, whether it's on your links, list of links, or at the bottom of your list of links. Mine at the bottom of my list of links, because it just lives there. Why would I remove it? I'm not going to. I'm not going to remove it. I'm just going to leave it there, right? Join my email list. There are people that join my email list every single day. Sometimes it's really a high number of people. Sometimes it's a low number of people, but every day, at least one person, right? What that does is it means that I'm always continually growing my audience, and not growing my audience on social media where I'm dependent on the Instagram algorithm, growing my audience on my email list where I actually have more control. You guys already know this because at this point, how many times has Instagram gone down? How many times is it going to take for Instagram to randomly in the middle of the day stop working for us to realize, wow, we really should be putting an effort in every single day to generate new leads. Leads are people that join your email list. I use that word interchangeably. Automated lead generation. Do not be afraid to give away the goods and open the loop. I'm going to explain what opening the loop is, but you need to also be able to identify who is a hot lead and who is a cold lead. Cold leads are people who don't really know your brand that much. They're probably new to you. They just discovered you. They have to get to know you a little bit more. They don't really know you that well yet. Those are cold leads. And then you have hot leads. Those are people who have been to your page multiple times. They are on your email list. They've probably been on your email list for a couple of weeks, couple of months, maybe even longer, right? I've been full-time since 2017. So there's people that have been on my email list for 6 years. Those are really warm leads. If someone joins your email list, they buy something, that's a really warm lead. That's somebody who trusts you. Otherwise, they wouldn't be giving you their credit card information. That's what makes them a hot lead or a warm lead. But you have to give people the opportunity to grow and go into a deeper relationship with you. Social media is very shallow. We know this. Social media is very shallow. And when I say shallow, I don't mean like, everybody's just showing their car they drive, the house they live in, so I'm not going to get on it. I mean shallow, like you can only learn so much about somebody from social media because there's only this much caption space and the picture is only this big, right? There's only so much you can do there. But when you go to someone's website, there's a lot more information. There's blog posts, there's a homepage, there's a About Me page, there's contact us, there's all these different ways that you can learn about this person and learn about their business and deepen that relationship. And then when you join somebody's email list, there's even more content. They send out emails that are not on their social media, and they send out an email content that's not on their website. And so you're even getting a deeper relationship. So you want to give people a chance to get to know you because there are a million people that do what you do, but they don't do it the way that you do it, and they're never going to be here. But people can't make that distinguish. They can't distinguish that difference if they're not actually building a relationship with you. I know my friends are different from other people because I have a relationship with my friends. I know they're different because I have a relationship with them. I spend time with them, I text them, we go places. Those are my friends, right? So, opening the loop. Let's talk about opening the loop. Opening the loop is when you give someone something, a piece of information that is going to spark their curiosity, something that's going to spark their curiosity and open up their mind to wonder what else is there out there. That's what your lead magnet should be doing. It should be opening someone's mind to two things. One, help them wonder what else is out there for me. And two, to help them believe that there is something out there for them. Those are the two things that your lead magnet should be doing. If it's not doing those two things, it's probably not getting downloads. So the first thing I go to, I have a program called Sales School. It's an 8-week accelerator. We'll talk about it later. But that's the first thing I go to because we do audits, like an unlimited number of audits you can get in when you're inside of Sales School. And some people are like, hey, I got a lead magnet. It's attached to my email list, but nobody's downloading it. Those are the two things I go look for. Is your lead magnet opening up the mind of your ideal client? Because we can't work with closed-minded people, and we can't work with people who don't know that there's more out there for them, and we can't work with people who don't believe that there's more out there for them. There are people every day who live in low-income neighborhoods. They know that there's more out there for them, but they don't believe that it's for them. That's why you have to have both those pieces. Just simply knowing, I know there's money out there. Like, I know there's billionaires out there. I know there's billionaires out there that look like me. I know there's billionaires out there that talk like me. But if I don't believe that there is $1 billion out there for me right now, I will never make it. And I will never ask someone to help me make it. So it's got to be those two things. If you've ever gone on a discovery call, someone booked a discovery call with you and they showed up to the call and it turned into like this long therapy session, or they were venting or complaining the whole time and their mind was not in the right place. That is a red flag that someone knows there's something better out there, but they don't believe that it's for them. And if you're not a therapist or you're not a life coach, that can be a lot to deal with. So that's why I look for those two things. I place those two things in my lead magnet, because by the time someone gets on the phone with me, whether it's I don't do discovery calls anymore, but by the time someone gets on the phone with me and it's a decision call, or we're talking about a specific problem, whether it's a paid call or a free call, I'm not having to coach you through believing that life can be better than this. I'm not a life coach. Do we have any life coaches in here? Because that's kind of what life coaches do. Life coaches and therapists, they help you get to that place. And maybe even the self-love coach, you're in this category too. You help people get to a place where they believe that life can be better than what it is now, and that it can be better for them. But if you are not one of those types of coaches, you want to make sure your lead magnet covers those two things. Even though, right? Even though with the self-love, okay, we've got Lon here, life coach here, aka best friend coach. I love that, best friend coach. I like that. Even with you guys, right? People still do have to believe that their life can get better. Their life can get better, not just, well, she's got this because she went through this, or she has more money because she started off with more money, or, she went to a better school than I did, so that's why she's in a better position than I. But it's really all in your control. I may be hitting I ain't trying to life coach y'all today, but I may be hitting some of y'all personally because this is going to start when you become a coach. Even if you're new here, because I speak to new coaches too, even if you're new here as a coach, you will start to uncover beliefs and thought patterns that you have that you didn't even know you had. It happens when you quit your job. When you first quit your job, who in here is full-time entrepreneur? Drop a yes in the chat if you're a full-time entrepreneur. When you first quit your job, like in that transition, you start to realize like, oh, there's a lot of money out here. Like I thought I was like, okay. Like I thought I was like, okay with the money I was making. And then I realized my mind opened and I was like, ooh, there's so much more for me. It happens during that transition. And you shed that limiting belief that I can only make 6 figures a year. I can only make $50,000 a year. There was a time in my life where I thought I can only make $30,000, $40,000 a year. I really thought that. And over time, I shed that belief. So that's strategy 2. We got a little bit deeper into the mindset there, but strategy 2. You're helping people shed those limiting beliefs so that when they get to you, and by the time that you tell them, hey, I have this solution that's going to work for you, they're actually open to hearing it. Oh, here we go. 5 years full-time. Yes, full-time. Yes. 5+ years. Awesome. Y'all know what I'm talking about then. You learn a lot about yourself when you spend all day with yourself. Right? That's a part of it too. Like, and when you're home, I'm learning a lot about me. Strategy number 3. Strategy number 3 is dating your audience. Dating your audience, you have to be very specific with how you're building the relationship, right? So we talked a little bit about building the relationship with the lead magnet, right? But you need a nurturing strategy with a low ticket upsell. Very strong strategy. This warms people up really fast. So people will get on your list. They don't know you. They get to know you. That takes time, right? Like it's a cold relationship. Then they kind of get to know you. It's warm. They really get to know you. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy whatever it is she has. That takes time because we're humans and we don't meet people. And then the next day we're like, marry me. Like we don't do that. Some people do that. But most people do not do that. And so that's why I call it dating your audience. But when you have a nurturing strategy with a low ticket upsell, it speeds up the process. How amazing would it be? Now, maybe this is just me, but how amazing would it be if you went on a date and on that date, that person was like, this is what I'm looking for in a relationship, or I'm serious about being in a relationship with, I'm dating to be in a relationship, and this is what I'm looking for. Are these the things you're looking for? Are these the things you're not looking for? Let's figure this out now, right? That would speed up the process a lot quicker to get you to the altar. Not saying we should rush to get married. This is just an example. But it would speed up the process a lot more if people you met just stated their intentions clearly and straightforward, right? This is sounding a lot like Sagittarius, Libra, if any of y'all are Sagittarius or Libras. I'm a Cancer, so I like to love everybody. But how much easier would it be though, right? That's what it's like when you invite people to your email list and you have a low ticket upsell. So here's what happens. And you probably have asked yourself this question before. My birthday's July 11th. Ooh, hey friend. Hey business bestie. So this is, probably happened to you before too, right? When you invite people onto your email list, there are some people that are going to get on your email list. They're going to stay. They're going to open up a couple emails. They're going to try to get to know you, see what you have to offer, yada, yada, yada. Sometimes people will get on your email list, download your free thing, and leave. They come for the freebies and they dip. They're the people that come to the cookout, they make a play, they say hey to everybody one time, tap everybody on the shoulder, and they leave. And you're like, what? Why did you just come in here, eat and lead, and not like fellowship with us? Y'all know those people. Like, we invited you over here to hang out with us. You need a nurturing strategy with a low ticket upsell, because that will help you immediately start to separate the people who are just coming for the food to come in, dip, and leave from the people who are actually coming here to build a relationship with you and coming here to be a part of your family and to spend time with you. Those are the people we want. We want people in our audience who are coming to be a part of the community. They want to communicate with us. They want to participate. They want to engage, right? Y'all, people will follow you and never comment on anything, never like anything, never share anything. And it's like, sis, what are you doing here? They come to the cookout, they pack in, they make it a plate, and they pack it to go plate, and they leave. So let me explain to you. Nurturing strategy is the strategy that you use to get people on your email list. Like, how many times are you posting about your email list? What type of lead magnet are you using? Is there a countdown timer on that page? It's the whole strategy, the whole play, right? If we're talking about sports, it's the whole play behind how you are getting people on your email list and how you are growing your email list. A low ticket upsell is what comes right after people join. So if you've ever joined someone's list and as soon as you hit the submit button, you get redirected to another page that says, hey, I have this ebook. It's $7. I'm answering Courtney's question right now. She wants an example of a low ticket offer. Hey, I've got this ebook. It's $7. It's normally $97, but you can grab it for $7 on this page and nowhere else. If you leave this page, it won't be $7 anymore. That is a low ticket upsell. The person who is going to enter their card information and grab that $7 ebook is somebody who's going to stick around, because they did just get something for free, but they're willing to take a chance, a low risk. That's why it's a low ticket offer. And when I say low ticket, I mean lower price. That lower price lowers the risk, right? We're more willing to risk $7 than we are to risk $97 with somebody we just met. But that's somebody who really needs help, and they're willing to take a chance to see if what you have is worth it. And they're going to take a chance by making a monetary sacrifice. There's only 2 sacrifices in life that you can you can really tell who somebody is by these 2 sacrifices: money and time. People will sacrifice money and time for things that are most important to them. So by offering someone that low ticket offer, that upsell, immediately after they join your email list, you're automatically separating the people who are serious and willing to take a chance from people who are not so serious or not so much in a situation where they really need your help. Now, right now is the perfect time to set this up, because what everybody's saying, we about to go into a recession. This is what happens when you go into a recession. The money don't slow down. Actually, as a coach, you're probably going to make more money during a recession, because during a recession, people start to really look inward at who they are. People get laid off and they need to go start a business. People become unfulfilled at work because companies don't treat their employees the same during a recession. There's a lot of fear that goes on. The culture of the company changes. And so they start saying, am I happy with myself? Is this job fulfilling for me? So coaches make a lot of money during recession, by the way. It ain't a recession for us. That's why I don't use that word that often, because it's not. But when you start looking at going into a recession, selling changes, because you're only going to make money when you're selling based off of need, not off of want. During a recession, there's so much fear around spending money that people will only spend money on things that they feel that they need. They're going to hold back. If they put your product or your program or your course in a category of, this is just something that I want, versus this is something that I need to make my life better. This is something that I need to make my business better. This is something that I need to make my finances better. This is something that I need to become a better person. When they put it in that category, they start to prioritize spending that money with you. And that's what you want. So now is the time to set up these strategies, especially number 3. Now is the time to sit down and say, what is my nurturing strategy going to be? And let me set up a low ticket upsell, because I need people to start putting me in the need category instead of putting me in the want category. Not just because I want to make more money, but because I want to have a bigger impact on the world. If you're here just because you want to make more money, this isn't for you, right? If that's your only reason for being here. If you're here because you want to help people change their lives, you want to leave a footprint on this earth, a legacy on this earth, and making a shit ton of money in the process is going to make it a lot easier for you, you're in the right place. Because it is. I'm not going to lie to y'all and say it's not nice to have money. It's amazing to have money. It's a lot of stuff you don't have to worry about when you're well paid. I can say that because I'm not having to worry about where's my next meal coming from because I'm well paid. So then I'm able to put my mind in other places, like how can I help people improve their lives? How can I help people grow their bank account? I'm able to do that because I have money, so my mind can be in that place. I'm not gonna tell you that, right? But you need to go ahead and set this stuff up now before the recession hits and everybody decides, oh my God, I need an upsell. I need a low ticket upsell, because I don't know how to separate the people who are just joining my list because they're nosy from the people who are joining my list because they actually want to eventually buy something. So that's what a low ticket upsell does. It's dating your audience and it's putting it on the fast track. So that's my strategy number 3. There's 2 ways you can do an upsell. You may have gone to someone's page, put in your information and hit submit, and then that redirects you to a upsell page. But sometimes, depending on what kind of system you don't have that capability. So what'll happen is you'll hit submit to join that person's email list, and then you'll get an automated email to your inbox that says, hey, here's your free download. By the way, if you want this ebook, you can click here to buy it on this page for $7. It covers this, this, and this, whatever, right? So sometimes it comes like that. And the decision is just, you make that decision of which one is for you based off of whatever software you have. So it's a systems and a sales. This is why I said systems and sales go together. I taught systems for a long time and I'm like, yo, I need to integrate this because these things are really meant to be used together, right? Tamika said, this is me. What can I help them achieve? I'm so passionate. Courtney says, that's what my system is set up like. Yes. You'll know when you log in. You can look at the features and they'll tell you if you can do that or not. Strategy number 4. Strategy number 4 is showcasing an attractive offer and attractive experience, right? This is my other strategy for getting sales that works really, really, really well. What makes your service or program unique from everyone else's? What makes yours unique? And are you highlighting those elements and adding a call to action? If you want the sale, you have to ask for it. You're going to feel a lot more comfortable asking for the sale after you've talked about the uniqueness of your program. People are going to buy. They're going to buy. They're either going to spend money with you or they're going to go spend some money with somewhere else. I don't care if we're in a recession or not. Just because we're in a recession don't mean people are going to stop spending money. They're still going to be spending money. People are still going to be in the Chanel store buying $3,000, $5,000, $20,000 purses in the middle of a recession. It don't mean that we're not going to spend money. It just means the inflation rate is high. And the gap between low income and middle income is getting wider. The gap in between low to middle income to high income is getting wider. That's what it means. It doesn't mean people are going to stop spending money. I want you to think that, but that's not what it means, okay? Because rich people, let me tell you something. Rich people know that you have to spend money to make money. So if you stop spending money, you're not going to make any money. And that means there's more money out there for them to make, okay? That's why they position it like that. Because you'll stop spending money and sit on it. If you've ever followed somebody who talks about investing or investments, or you've ever looked at the stock market, you know the money in your savings is not growing. It's not going to grow. I think it's like 1%. It's something real low. It's not going to grow. It's like pennies on the dollar. You got to spend that money if you want to make money. And I don't mean investments like just the stock market, but investing in yourself. Like, I'm going to pay for myself to go through this coaching program. I'm going to pay for myself to go through this personal development program. I'm going to pay for myself to go get this certification. That's an investment. It's in, you're spending money so that you can develop a better set of skills, or become a better expert. You can offer more experience, more knowledge. That's going to make you more money, right? So you have to ask for the sale, but what makes your service or program unique from everyone else's, and are you highlighting that? This also relates back to mindset, because you may look at your program and feel like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what makes my program unique. I don't know what makes my program special. And you got to figure that out. And then you have to push that as a strategy. I told you I have sales school. It's an 8-week accelerator. It's unique. I know how it's unique. It's very high touch compared to other programs that you get. There's a lot more coaching that goes on. There's milestones. So there's one-on-one aspects too. It's a group coaching program, but it's hybrid. So it's got a lot of features that other programs don't have. So one of my strategies is, hey, I'm going to get on social media and I'm going to talk about all of the unique qualities that my program has, all the unique qualities that my coaching has, all the unique qualities that my courses have. And that's going to help people determine who they want to spend their money with. Because if they don't spend it with me, they're going to spend it with somebody else. So I might as well step up to the plate and put my play in, my bid in, right? So showcase an attractive and unique coaching program and an attractive experience. It's also about, what does it look like behind the scenes? What is it like? What is it like to be in that program? Yes, we're related. That's my mom. She's a master certified life coach and business coach and NLP expert. She's got a lot of certifications. She's got 3 degrees, and yeah, that's my mom. That's my mom. So showcase an attractive offer and an attractive experience. And you know, that's another one of my unique qualities. I am a 3rd generation entrepreneur. So my perspective is a little bit deeper. I grew up in it. I only been full-time for 6 years. Full-time for 6 years. But prior to that, I had 6 years of part-time experience. And prior to that, I grew up in a house with entrepreneurs who grew up in a house with entrepreneurs. My grandfather was a baker and chef. He had his own catering business. My grandmother was a hairstylist, so she had her own business. My mom is a master certified life and business coach and PhD. And my father is a real estate investor who's been in real estate investing since the 90s. So it's a lot of like inherited knowledge. Attractive offer, attractive experience, right? So here's what to expect as you get started. And I want you guys to go ahead and start dropping your questions in the chat, because I want to be able to answer your questions too. Here's what to expect as you get started. Number 1, you are going to have to keep showing up, but you start communicating in a different way. You've probably been showing up on social media. You've probably been posting more on social media because someone along the way told you, hey, you're not posting enough. You're not creating enough content. You do have to keep showing up, but when you change the way that you're communicating, you'll start to see more results. I promise you. You have to change the way you're communicating. And we just talked about, you know, the way you're communicating inside of some of those strategies. The second thing you are going to expect is you don't need any more self-study courses. Do not buy any more self-study courses, okay, that are about sales. Sales is easier learned with a live coach, lots of feedback and positive support. There are some things in business where you can go through a self-study course. Sales is not one of them. Systems is not one of them. The reason why I teach my courses hybrid is because it's a mixture of you learning on your own and you coming into the classroom, the virtual classroom, and learning with me, because you need live feedback. You need positive support. You need to be in a community in order to learn these things, because it's not easy, but it's going to be a heck of a lot easier when you're actually coming to a virtual live meeting. It's going to be a heck of a lot easier when you can text your coach and say, hey, I looked at module 2, I read this, and I'm wondering, like, I applied it to my business, but I'm wondering, like, I need some feedback. Can you check this out for me? That is going to be a lot easier. Imagine if you had to get yourself from kindergarten through 12th grade to graduate. Would you have made it? Most of us would not have made it. If I had to learn geometry on my own, I probably would have made it to like 9th grade, I think. But if I had to learn geometry on my own, like teach myself geometry, if I had to teach myself biology, sis, I would not have graduated. Like, it would not have been for me. Some things you need a live coach, and sales and systems is one of those things. Trying to do it on your own is very difficult. It's hard. You're going to fail 50 times before you get it right. But if you go into a live course, you may only fail 5 times before you get it right. You may not get it right on the first try, but you're going to be a heck of a lot closer, a lot faster than you would if you did it on your own. The third thing you need to expect as you get started is you may need to change your lead magnet or tweak your copywriting. Be open to changing your lead magnet. Do not be attached to your lead magnet that is not getting you downloads. Don't be attached to your lead magnet that is not growing your email list. You have to be open-minded to change those. You have to be open-minded to change your copywriting, to tweak things when they're not working, to try strategies more than once. So just keep that in mind. And then last but not least, what to expect as you get started. You have to set aside time to stay consistent with your email marketing. Email marketing is super, super, super important. You have to set aside time to write those emails out. You should be sending at least one a week, preferably 2 a week, but at least one, bare minimum 1 a week. Set aside the time to pre-write those 4 emails and just schedule them out. It's super important. These strategies aren't going to work if you don't take the time to work on your email marketing. So here's what we covered today. Reasons why most people suck at sales. Your program is not the problem. It's the way you're communicating value. So remember, we talked about, it's not that your program's not good. It's the way you're communicating the value of what's on the inside of it. And maybe who you're talking to, right? Sharing the experience after enrollment, so that behind the scenes, that great experience inside of the program is just as important as sharing the program or service itself. Lead generation should be automated so that there's always a new pool of potential clients. When you are continually growing your email list, you will have a new pool of potential clients. Most people don't buy on the first touch, right? So be intentional about multiple touches. It's the key to seeing more conversions. When I say single touch, I mean the cold. They don't buy when they first see you. It takes them a couple of times of seeing you. When they join your email list and you give them a low risk offer, then they're willing to take it, right? But it may take a couple of times of them seeing you before they get to that point. And then messaging is a continuous process. So using that data to hone in on your messaging. It's something that you do over and over and over again. It's not just, oh, I got my messaging down, we're done. You gotta be checking your data on a continuous basis, right? So tell me in the chat, if you did everything you've learned here, do you think you can enroll more clients into your programs and services? Checking in with y'all. If you took these 4 strategies, do you feel like there'd be a difference? Yes, Lon, I see that comment now. Self-teaching does get complicated. Especially when you don't know what you're doing. It's like you're trying to be a teacher and a student at the same time, and it ends up crazy. I got yeses. I got a whole bunch of yeses. Awesome. So now that you know the pathway to more sales and you've been trying this on your own without results, because we talked about that in the chat, would it be easier if I helped you? Right? Would it be easier if I helped you? And are you okay if I spend 10 to 15 minutes to share with you how I can help and guide you? Drop a yes in the chat. If you're like, I'm wondering, can you help me? What can I do for you? This is it. You want to know what can I do for you? I just taught you this. You're probably like, okay, you taught me this. I wrote down the strategies. I need to get this sales thing rolling now because we're at the end of quarter two. Today's the last day of quarter two. Tomorrow starts quarter three. And then we're going to be into the holidays really quickly. But I need to have my Black Friday stuff together. I need my email list built before Black Friday. I need my email list built before the holidays. I need my email list built before we go into a recession. I need to get this sales thing together, my sales strategy together. I need to get my systems together so that I can make money before it hits the ceiling fan and everybody's trying to do it. And then no, I need to be on the boat before it sails away, which is basically where we are. This is the time period before the boat sails away. Okay. And also for coaches, everything from quarter three, quarter four, and even quarter one is still busy because at the beginning of the year, going into the new year, people are taking all the money they received for Christmas, the gift cards they got for Christmas, the bonuses they got from work, all of that. They're taking that. People tend to think they don't have any money. They do have money. They are using it to buy things to help them fulfill their New Year's resolutions. And we're coaches, so we help people fulfill their New Year's resolutions. So that's a busy time for us too. So let's talk about it. It is your time to step fully into getting paid more and getting paid more often. Now is the time, right? And I just explained why now is the time, because all of these things are about to happen. But it's your time to step fully into getting paid and getting paid more often. So I'm going to talk to you guys really quickly about Sales School. So I have a program called Sales School. It's an 8-week accelerator. We are opening up for quarter three, meaning that it's open now. The doors are going to shut, and it's not going to open again until mid to the end of quarter three. So if you are trying to get in and get ready before the end of the year versus trying to figure out this sales thing and this systems thing in the middle of holidays and all this other crazy stuff going on, now is the time to do it, right? So this is the quarter three cohort that we're talking about. So the key with Sales School is to become a confident seller and automate your sales in 8 weeks. That's what we do inside of Sales School. So during those 8 weeks, you become exponentially more confident and you learn how to automate your sales. It's a very high touch, so your sales will actually be automated. You will actually have things set up before the 8 weeks. You get access to my signature framework that drives my business to 20K months. So I make $20,000 a month in a bad month. Like that's my low end, okay? Ranging between 20 to 30K a month, depending on like how much work I'm doing. Like right now, I am 9 months pregnant. I'm working, y'all. Y'all can't see my belly from here, but I'm 9 months pregnant. I still have 20K a month. It doesn't matter if I'm napping half the month. It's happening, right? Because I have a core cash flow system where my income is automated. And when I say 20K, I mean 20K in cash flow, not 20K in payment plans. I don't really count things in payment plans. I know some people do. I don't count things in payment plans. I count things in money in my bank account, okay? So my core cash flow system was going to take you through these 5 things I'm going to share with you really quickly. One of them is finding your focus. Number one, we find your focus. We do that in module 1. So we start by identifying what your offer is and looking at reworking that in a way that allows you to work with multiple high quality clients. So we're going to actually take a look at whatever your program is. If you don't have a program, this module is going to help you start to craft that program, because everyone's going to take what they have, whether it's in your head or whether it's already something that you have created. You're going to take it and you're going to audit it, and we're going to talk about what about this program is unique and is this scalable. Some programs are not scalable, so you have to look at the features that are included. So we look at finding your focus. Lon said, congratulations, thank you. Then we look at fine-tuning your messaging. So then we go into fine-tuning your messaging. We take a deep dive into high-ticket messaging and how you can position your offer as unique and valuable. Your messaging is super important. We spend 2 whole modules on that, right? This is the place where people are like, oh my God, I've been posting the wrong thing on social media. Or they're like, oh my God, I've been talking about my program this way, and I need to be talking about it this way. Or I've been talking to these people, and I'm like, oh my God, these are not my people. That's why I'm stressed out. There's a lot of huge aha moments that happen in fine-tuning your messaging in modules 2 and 3. Then we go into building an automated funnel. So here we learn how to build an automated sales funnel that can attract, nurture, and convert qualified leads. You have to be very clear on what your program offers and very clear on how you are positioning this program to be unique and to be valuable before you build a funnel. What happens is if you do not go back over the messaging first, you end up building a funnel that doesn't work. If you've ever built a funnel, a sales funnel, and it didn't work, it's because there's something in these first 2 areas that needed to be reassessed. So then we go into building an automated funnel in module 4 and 5. I love this module 4 and 5 because even though for the modules are pre-recorded, we do have live coaching sessions every week with open Q&A. But in module 4 and 5, there's a milestone. So I have milestones throughout this program. What that means is that there's 4 essential assignments that have to be done in order for you to start seeing your cash flow increase. One of those is creating a sales funnel. So when you write your sales funnel using the templates, we give you templates, so we don't make you start from scratch. But when you write your sales funnel in module 4 and 5, when you submit it, it unlocks an area where you're able to schedule a one-on-one with me or someone from my team, because I have a funnel builder on my team, and we actually hop on the phone with you. We log into your system and build the funnel together. So that's what I mean when I say, hey, listen, this is high touch. When I'm saying high touch, I'm saying this is information. You are responsible for learning information using the templates. But when you use the templates and you learn the information and you show up to the one-on-one calls, we're going to be right there putting in the same amount of effort that you're putting in. So I love module 4 and 5 because that's where we actually get to go into your system and show you how to build, right? And I've built in a bunch of different systems, and my funnel builder has also built in a bunch of different systems as well. So it doesn't matter what you're in, we know how to work it, right? And then we go into increasing your brand visibility. So you found your focus, you fine-tune your messaging, you building your automated funnel, and now your funnel is set up. We look at increasing your brand visibility. How do I get people into my funnel? How do I grow my email list? And I talk about video marketing and storytelling to maximize your efforts. How do I get collaborations with other people? I have a machine now. Your funnel is your money-making machine. How do I get people into my money-making machine? Then we talk about that in module 6 and 7. And then last but not least, in module 8 and 9, we talk about selling strategies and pricing psychology. That's helping you build your confidence behind your pricing. We all have 2 prices. We have the prices we're charging right now, and then we have the price that we wish we were charging. This module, we're going to help you transition from the price that you're charging right now to the price that you wish you were charging. And it doesn't matter if your program's already released or not, and you've got the program, you've got the price up there that you're charging right now. If they don't enroll today and they wake up tomorrow and the price is different, yesterday's price is not today's price. Seize the day, seize the opportunity. We all know that. That went viral. Like, we're all clearly aware that at any time you could level up. And when that happens, what was acceptable yesterday is not going to be acceptable today. It happens in our personal lives too. Okay. So we look at selling strategies, pricing psychology, and tactics that will put your system to work so you can generate cash. You're probably going to start booking before you get through all of this, because honestly, once you start finding your focus and finding your messaging, these 2 pieces right here are going to build your confidence to the point where you're probably going to start attracting clients before we even get through the automated funnel. But it's okay, because not everybody has to go through the funnel. If somebody DMs you right now and says, hey, I saw your program, you went live, I loved it, I want to enroll, how much is it? Send me the payment link. I'm not going to say, hold on, my funnel's not set up yet. Let me get you into my email list. No, sis, here's the link. See you in class on Tuesday. That's how it works, right? That's how it works. But you'll get access to my signature framework. So this is my signature framework. I call it the core cash flow system because it boosts your actual cash flow, not just the amount of followers, not just the amount of people on your email list, not just the amount of people who are watching you on live. It is boosting your cash flow, and it is the core system that I recommend every business build their basis on top of. Okay. When you have a clear system like this, it's easy to push a button and make money. And the modules walk you through that. It's 9 modules. So let's go a little deeper. So you could find your focus, module 1. We do that working together to identify your signature offer. Then we go into fine tuning your messaging. So module 2 is all about high ticket messaging. Module 3 is about selling without being salesy. So if you're the person who said in the chat, like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm like forcing people to buy from me, module 3 is going to help with that. Because you won't feel like it. If you use these strategies, you won't feel like it. And then when we go into building an automated funnel on module 4, we'll talk about sales page copywriting and how to identify quality clients. So we talk about building applications there if you've ever wanted to use an application, or you may in the future want to use an application for people to fill out before they work with you. I highly recommend that for one-to-one. If you're going to do a group coaching program or an online course, you may not have an application depending on the price point. But if you are talking about one-on-one coaching, who wants to take one-on-one clients? If you want to take one-on-one clients, I highly suggest you use an application, because that's going to help you start to field out who's serious and who's not, and whether somebody's your ideal client on a deeper level or not. And then of course, sales page copywriting, because the way you write your sales page is important. And there's templates all throughout this program, but there's templates especially in 4, 5, 6, and 7 modules, because I want to make writing your sales page as easy as possible so you can get through it and execute. Heavy emphasis on execution in this program. And then module 5, we talk about sales funnels that bring in 4 to 5 figures. So I walk you guys through sales funnel maps, showing you what sales funnels look like and teaching you visually what the setup of a sales funnel looks like. And like I said, there's a milestone there. So once you use the sales funnel writing templates that we give you, when you fill that out and turn it in, then you're able to schedule one-on-one, and we go through and help you set up your sales funnel. Then in module 6, we go through video marketing selling. Module 7, we go through a sales pitch formula. Module 8, how to create money-making marketing campaigns. That's a huge favorite, because a lot of people are like, I'm trying to launch, but like, what am I supposed to be doing during this launch? So in module 8, there is a whole template and a breakdown of how to launch your programs. If you've already launched it, you can go back through and relaunch it. It just makes everything a lot more organized, and you're actually clear on what you're supposed to be doing each day in order to make money. And if you're not making money, there's a backup for that, right? There is a detour that you can take. So we talk about those money-making marketing campaigns that take 4 weeks or less, by the way. So you could come up with an idea today, go into module 8 in the money-making marketing campaign, and make 5 figures in 4 weeks, because that's how it's set up to work. And then module 9, last but not least, we talk about that pricing psychology and look at the pros and cons of different pricing structures and things like that, and help you build that confidence there. So inside of Sales School, here's what you accomplish. You'll have a fully built and ready to use sales funnel that we build with you. Pricing that you actually feel confident in, because just because you have a price on something doesn't mean you feel confident in it. It takes some work there. A clear launch plan for how to market your coaching program or online course. Elevated messaging that attracts quality clients who are ready to pay. So you stop attracting people who are asking for a discount, and you start attracting people who are asking for a payment link. A sales page that you're proud of. You want to feel proud of your sales page. Increased engagement on social media. More people joining your email list who actually open and read what you write. Increase in your sales, of course, and then a clear pathway from first introduction to paying client, so you don't feel like you're just hanging out by yourself on social media and no one's listening, right? So here's what it normally costs to get this kind of help. This is a lot, right? Normally, if you go do these things yourself, this is how much it would cost. 27,000. Now, this sounds like a lot, right? It sounds like a lot because it is a lot. And you may not realize that you probably already spent some of this 27,000. So if you wanted to get a fully built and ready to use sales funnel, it would cost you around $5,000. That's what we charge for a VIP day. If you go search other people who can build sales funnels for you, where like the copy is actually written, the whole sales funnel is put together, the graphic design is written, it will cost you on the low end $5,000. I've seen sales funnels cost up to $20,000, $25,000, okay? Because it's a money-making machine. So whatever price they put on it is the price they put on it. Pricing that you feel confident in, right? So 3 things on this list say costing you $10,000 a month. Not feeling confident in your price, having low engagement on social media, and not selling your programs and services is costing you $10,000 a month, because that's what you could be making if you had all of those things. So this is one of those areas where it's like, I can't really go pay for that, but that lack of confidence, the lack of sale, the lack of engagement, it's costing me money because I know I could be making it because I've seen other people make it and I know I can make it. So it's costing you money, okay? And then you've got your elevated messaging. So if you were to go get a brand coach or a messaging coach from scratch, and you told them, hey, this is what I do for business, it would cost you around $2,000 for them to help you get that together, okay? And I've seen brand coaching, messaging coaches that teach you how to pivot, their VIP service where they go through and help you restructure your branding from the jump. It starts at $2,000. Sales page, if you hired a graphic designer to do a sales page for you and they did the design and they did the copywriting, it would cost $1,000. That's how much it costs. Y'all can go look some of this stuff up if you want. People joining your email list that actually open and read what you write. You already know your email list is worth money. At least $2,000 a month is worth money. On average, they say each email subscriber is worth $2 per subscriber. So if you got 100 people on your list, $2 per subscriber, it's $200 a month you could be making. 1,000 people on your list, $2 per subscriber, that's $2,000 a month you should be making. 1,000 subscribers on your email list is a good sizable email list. You can make 6 figures with 1,000 email subscribers. You can do it, right? And then a clear pathway from first introduction to paying clients. So if you were to go to like someone who does systems or someone who does like a new business coach, like someone who specializes in building your business from scratch, like all the way from the ground, not coaching, but just any business all the way from scratch, it would cost you around $5,000. So all of that adds up to $27,000. Those prices are normal prices because maybe not years ago when people were charging all over the place. Now everyone is in a high ticket market. So if you want someone who's actually good at what they do, who is an expert, they're charging more now than they used to because there's more clients, because people have been quitting their jobs and starting businesses and getting laid off. And so what that did since COVID, this is the backlash of COVID, what that did is it flooded the market with clients. And now there's too many clients for service-based businesses and coaches to handle. So what happens is when you have a super high demand and a low supply, the price increases. That's why these prices are the accurate prices for now. So it would cost you $27,000 if you went through everything that I just said that's inside of Sales School and got those things individually done. Now, of course, I'm not going to charge you that, right? I'm not going to charge you that for a couple of different reasons. One, I believe that if you are trying to learn how to book clients on autopilot, you probably don't have $27,000 right now. And I'm not all in this for the money. I'm also in this to actually help people. And so because I'm actually in this to help people, there's a balance there, right? It's not all about money for me. But here's why you should really enroll. It's like what going back to what I said earlier. Sales and systems is easier learned when you have hands-on help, coaching, and guidance. It's easier, right? So here's the investment for Sales School. 3 monthly payments of $575, right? So let's say you enroll today, $575 in 30 days. Was it June 30th? July 30th, another $575, and August 30th, $575, you're done. Or one payment of $14.99. I think like 90% of last cohort went for one payment. They're like, let's just knock it out. I'll make the money back in 8 weeks. During that 8-week period, I'll make the money back. And a lot of them did make that money back within that 8-week period. So you have that option as well. Now that's if you enroll today up until July 14th. On July 14th, the price increases to $24.99. So that payment plan is going to go from $575 to $775. Okay. If you need a longer payment plan, if you need a payment plan that's longer than 3 months, I do have a financing partner who will finance you up to 12 months, depending on your credit score. It's a credit score soft pull. You get instantly approved. They show you your options like instantly within 5 minutes. They show you your options. It can bring your payments down as low as $125 a month for 12 months, which is a lot more affordable. You can also, it's interest free. So that's why it's $125 for 12 months, which equals $14.99. So it's interest free if you finance through them. And if you pay off early, there's no penalties. I'm a pay off early kind of person. I get in, I invest, I go make a ton of money, I come back, I pay off early. So I don't have to worry about it. But I get in on the payment plan because I believe in smart budgeting and budgeting my money. So Tamika says, how often do you meet for this course? We meet once a week. So the 9 modules, when you enroll, the 9 modules will release once per week. And there is a pre-recorded masterclass in there. There's all type of content. We meet once a week live so that I can answer any questions that you have. I'll go over the content inside of that module. I'll teach a little bit because things update, right? Instagram updates every week. So I'll teach a little bit on that content. We'll do open question and answer. And then we also have group chat. So this is one of the other unique features. So while I've been sitting here, literally, this is group chat from the cohort that just ended. Their group chat is still active right now. This goes on all the time. So in between sessions, you can, if you miss a session, like if you're at work or you have other things going on and you miss a session, a Q&A session, you can go back and watch it later. I upload the live Q&A sessions into the portal the same day. Okay, it's the live sessions happen just like how we are here Thursday at 12 noon. They happen on Thursdays from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The replay goes in, it's in there before 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time the same day. And any questions you have, they can go in the chat. I answer this chat all the time. This is the only thing that I answer all the time. I won't answer in the middle of the night. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm giving feedback. I'm looking at people's sales pages and landing pages because this is my only program. So you guys are my only group of people that I worry about. I don't do one-on-one coaching anymore. This is it. So what that does is it gives me the ability to be able to actually give you guys my attention and help you with things. Trying to see if I can balance it all. I start my training with my tax partners August 8th, twice a week, and this course may be what I need. Yeah, I would. And now, so you guys know I'm giving birth in 2 weeks. So this month is going to be funky, but I'm bringing in guest speakers in my place, and then I'm coming back. So this is why this cohort is like longer. So normally this is an 8-week accelerator. If you come in on this cohort, you're actually going to be in for 12 weeks because I'm giving birth. And I won't, 3 of those weeks I won't be there. You're actually going to be in there for 12 weeks. Modules will still unlock. The weeks that I'm not there, you'll have a guest speaker. I have some really good guest speakers. I have somebody who's a Facebook ad specialist. I have somebody who is a finance specialist. I have a therapist who's coming in to help you like work through the confidence aspects of pricing confidently. So I have some really cool experts that are coming in my place to teach, okay? I'm probably still gonna show up live because I'm gonna be bored. So I'll be there answering questions, but they're gonna come in and actually teach that information. So you'll actually be in for 12 weeks at the same price as the people who were in there for 8 weeks. So this is actually a really good time to get in. And then the price is increasing on July 14th. And that's because we've added the extra things. Like we've added, hey, you get a one-on-one call where we build your funnel together. You get unlocked access to exclusive trainings. When you turn in assignments, you get rewards for turning in those assignments. And so those rewards take us a little bit more time to like deliver and complete. And so that price is going up because that value went up. Now here's the bonuses. I saw a hand raise. Where'd the hand raise go? It won't let me see it until I stop sharing my screen. I'll answer the hand raise in just a second, okay? You said, and because one of my high ticket items is priced at $1,500. Yeah, and you know what? I had people that came in, and everyone who came in that had a high ticket offer that was over $1,000 made their money back because they started attracting so many clients and people were just, it's like saying yes, that it made them a lot easier. It made it a lot easier for them to make their money back. So here's some bonuses that you're going to get inside. So outside of those modules, I have what's called flexible curriculum. This is something else that's unique about the program. So flexible curriculum means that as we go forward, if there's anything in addition that you feel like, hey, I really would like a template for this, I really need a little bit more in-depth information on this topic. I know you covered it, but can you cover it a little bit deeper, coach? Sure, I can cover it deeper. I go in, I'll record a training and I'll add it. Okay, so here's some of the things that we've added from the first two groups that are just sitting in there for you guys. And then of course, for you coming in as cohort 3, you will also be able to have that flexible, growing relationship where we can mold to you and I can help you as your coach, move forward in increasing your sales. So how to automate your direct messaging using the ManyChat system. So if you direct message me the word cash flow, and that's how you got the link to this program, I show you how you can do that for yourself, right? How you can do that for yourself. So there's a ManyChat training in there. We do a trending reel sounds list. So every 3 weeks we update, there's a list of trending sounds that you should use on reels. So that helps you stay relevant on Instagram. There's a how to create and build your own quiz training. You may have come to this training through a quiz because I love quizzes. You may have taken a quiz training. You may have taken the quiz and at the end of the quiz, it said, hey, I want to offer you access to this training because I really think it's going to help you based off of your results. It doesn't offer it to everybody. It only offers it to some people. You may have gotten here from that. I show you inside and how you can build your own quiz. Okay. We do sales page and landing page audits. So there's an unlimited number. You can submit your sales page, your landing page, your social media. We look over it, tell you what we would change, messaging things. We make sure all your buttons work. We look at it on mobile view. We look at it on desktop view, because before you go out there and say to the world, here's my thing, you want to make sure somebody else has laid eyes on it. That helps you build your confidence and it makes sure that you're going to get more sales. And then we have email templates that tap into client pain points. So there's email templates that are plug and play that you can use, okay? Courtney's asking me, what software app do you use for the quiz? I use Typeform, but you can also use Interact.io. Either of those I recommend. So we'll do it again, right? When you enroll before July 14th, it's 3 monthly payments of $575 or 1 payment of $14.99. When you enroll after July 14th, it's 3 monthly payments of, this is $875. It should say $775. No, that's right, $875 or 1 payment of $24.99. On both of these payment options, right? I say get in before July 14th. But on both of these payment options, if you need longer than 3 months, like if you need a 6-month or a 9-month or a 12-month plan, I have a link where you can apply for financing. But if I were you, I'd get in on the before July 14th, because even if you need to finance over a longer period, these payments are going to start at $125 a month for 12 months versus enrolling after July 14th. The payments are going to start, like if you get the 12-month option offered to you, $225 or $325 a month. Okay. I got one more thing for you. It's a fast action bonus. What I'm going to do right quick is I am going to drop, y'all let me know any questions you have about the program. I'm going to drop the link to apply right now because you do have to submit an application before you go in. That's just for me to make sure that you are in the right place, because I don't want you to buy something that you don't need. So if you know this is a fit for you, if you're like, yes, I'm a coach, or I have an online service-based business, I need more sales, this is definitely for me, like just send me the application link. You still got to fill out application. Go for it, fill it out, right? If you're curious, you're like, I think this will work for me, but I'm not exactly sure, I'm gonna apply. We'll take a look at your Instagram, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but we'll take a look at your Instagram and your social media. And I want to know what your goals are. And then I'll be able to tell you, like, yes, this is going to help you reach your goals. Okay. This is going to help you reach your goals. So that is the link for you guys to apply. So I have somebody here that I have worked with before. Her name is Alina, and I'm going to invite her on real quick. She's going to tell you guys about her experience with working with me. And let me see if I can. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hey.
Okay. Thank you. I know you didn't know I was going to be here. I saw an email pop into my inbox that you were going live, and I was like, oh, I need to see what is happening and get in the room. But y'all, I have worked with Kelly. She just recently helped me, honestly, give my whole business a facelift. I am a career coach, and I don't know about y'all, but I have been kind of going through one of those lulls in the business where you're looking for new ideas, but you just don't know what the heck to do, right? And Kelly came in with a fresh pair of eyes and really helped revamp my brand. She doesn't know this, but I have been using her things that she has provided me every single day. And it has been getting me results immediately, like legit results. So if you are looking for a person who is not like giving you a bunch of fluff information, because in this industry of coaching, there are a lot of people that will kind of just give you surface level stuff, just enough to keep you in their funnel. That is not her. She wants your businesses to succeed. She is giving you literally everything she has, everything, all the knowledge that she knows from the years that she's been doing this. And it is doing nothing but adding value to my business. And I have spent what seems to me as a good amount of money in this coaching industry, and learning from people that have succeeded more than me. But investing in Kelly has been one of the best investments I've made. I've made my money back. I'm constantly, using her strategies to succeed. So if you have a doubt about, well, am I going to make my money back, or is she legit? Is she really as good as she seems? Yes. I tell you what, the answer is yes. You want her to be your coach because she is literally holding your hand throughout the process. She says once a week, we'll check in. But like she said, with that Voxer, she's constantly like, well, I think you should do this and you need to do that. And she's giving you more than you think you ever needed. So if you're on the fence, I'm happy to push you on over because you need her to help elevate your business. So thank you so much, Kelly, for everything that you're doing. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And that was my first time hearing her say that. And of course, we worked together, and I gave you things, and I can see that you've been executing them. And so I'm like, wow, she's really taking that stuff that I gave her and doing it. So I'm so happy that it is working for you and bringing you results. And so, yeah, you guys, that's just like a snippet of how much easier it is when you have someone there who's like going to bat for you, that's on your team. We're not in business together, but someone that is on your team, like, that wants for you what you want for you, and so it makes a huge difference when you have a coach that's on your side and you're not doing it all yourself. So let me tell you guys about this fast action bonus. If you enroll within the next 24 hours, and I just dropped a link in the chat, but I'll send it to you guys in an email as well. When you enroll in the next 24 hours, here's a couple of extra things that we're going to do for you. So we're going to write a custom 5-email sales funnel copy for you. So you're going to have inside the program an opportunity to write funnel copy for yourself. But if you enroll in the next 24 hours, we'll write another one for you. So you'll actually have 2 funnels that you can get people into. We also create a custom done for you lead magnet. So if you're like, oh, I know I need a different lead magnet, mine's not producing, it's not performing, uh, I need something else, we'll create it for you. And then we also have 30 custom designed social media posts and captions. So we'll go design the post for you. We'll write the captions as well. And that's going to give you a 30-day break so that you can focus on other things that are going on inside of the program and leveling up in other ways without having to do everything yourself. So if you enroll in the next 24 hours, it doesn't matter if you do pay in full or you get on a payment plan or you go through the third-party financer. It doesn't matter as long as you enroll within the next 24 hours. So for tomorrow, a little bit longer, 24 hours, because it's 1:30, right? So before tomorrow at midnight, when you enroll, you get these 3 extra fast action bonuses that are all done for you bonuses. We deliver them within 7 business days. So it's not something you have to wait super long for. It's not something that's like, oh, this is another training that I have to watch. Oh, this is another template that I have to figure out. When am I going to have time to use? I have a team, right? I have a team. And so I'm able to make my team your team when you take action in your business. Okay.